All right, Working Class Beer Reviews is looking at Founders All Night IPA. So, if you guys are familiar with Founders, you probably know of their All Day IPA, which is a session IPA, which I have had and I've not yet reviewed. So, that was before I started this channel. I'd never seen this before, so I was able to grab a hold of a can. I will have to preface that this is outdated, canned on 9/11/23. But the fact that it's in a can, it should be fine. Before I get into it, I've got a tulip glass. It's like a cool little crystal stemmed. I don't know if you can see the little, I don't know if you can hear that, but it's very, very heavy and sturdy. So I picked that up for 10 cents at a thrift store in Clinton, Missouri at the Good Samaritan. I'm going to use my Cobalt razor here. Blade needs to be changed out, it's a little rusty. So let's go ahead and pour this. Oh, yeah, all night. So it's oh, I saved it. Look at that, I saved it. Oh, I thought it was totally going to come out of there. I don't know if I poured that aggressively or if this came out of the can aggressively. But anyway, you know what? Anyway, I'm gonna let that save up. Hope you can see that label there. Founders All Night IPA. So this is directly off the website of the Founders Brewing website. 4.7 ABV, 45 IBUs. So that's in the IPA range. 4.7 actually it's low but high. So for a session, when I think of session IPAs, I think of like 4% or less, because that's the point they were trying to do. Is in the late 2000s, 2010s IPA craze, everything was just like this high alcohol, high calorie, high IBU. The bitterness units had to be just through the roof. They were just trying to make these hot bombs. So yeah, it was fun and enjoyable, but people were like packing on pounds if that's all they were consuming or enjoying, because that's all that could stimulate them, almost like an addiction in a way. They're like addicted to hoppy beers. So they wanted these like hoppy beers that weren't so calorically dense and high in ABV. Well, typically if you're high in ABV, you're going to have high calories. If you have a beer that's higher above 5% and low in calories, it's a bit of an anomaly, kind of like Bud Light Platinum. So you can find them. Ice beers are kind of that way. They're 5.9 typically, so close to 6%, and close to the same calories as a standard beer, maybe a little lighter even sometimes. So, but when it comes to that, those are lagers. So when it comes to ales, it's kind of hard to make a strong ale that's low in calories. So, that's kind of what they're going for. So the hops are Chinook, Centennial, Cascade, Amarillo. The malts are two row, wheat, crystal, and oats. So these oats in this one. So tasting notes is chocolatey sweet or aromatics with pine and orange hop notes. Moderate bitterness with a soft, light mouthfeel. All night IPA, it's all in the taste. So once I taste this, let me go ahead and top this off while I'm talking about it. This will probably be a lower body, thinner, medium to thin body beer if I had to guess. The perfect counterpart of an all-day IPA meets all-night IPA. All-night IPA joins ranks of the all-day series with its chocolatey sweet aromatics that blends with pine and orange hop notes. A moderate bitterness lingers only for a moment, so it's real quick to finish. Rounded out with soft, light mouthfeel, leaving you craving another sip. Day or night, all night IPA brings a delicious uniqueness to your IPA options. So like a dark IPA, which to me, in the name of itself, it's like a pale India Pale Ale. It's not pale, so this would be like a light hoppy stout. in a sense. So they dark roasted the malts. Sometimes dark roasting the malts brings more carbohydrates for the sugars to turn into the alcohol. So this probably is a bit of a tightrope walk to make a dark pale ale that's hoppy but not heavy. Yeah. So what do we get? Yeah, it's dark. You can't see through this thing. The light, the sun's over here, and there's trees over here, so I can't really see anything through it. I'm guessing it's probably a brown to ruby color if the sun was shining down on it. But it's got this like really khaki, really, very tight, bubbly head. It looks nice. And with the fact that it's over a year past its born on date, again, cans help with that. So I'm not saying this is a fault of the product. And this is a one-off that I bought in a discount, so 2 for 99 cents. So I bought this for 50 cents. Definitely working class. I don't know how much they cost regular. I'm guessing $9.99 for a 6-pack, like most craft beers, especially like Founders. Founders is, they're out of Comstock, Michigan. Let me look. Grand Rapids. I think some of them say Comstock. Maybe that's where they started off. They may have moved or opened a different brewery facility in Grand Rapids. And they're the ones that have the breakfast stout and things like that, and the old dirty bastard or something like that. Old Bastard Ale. Yeah, old Bastard Ale. I'm thinking of the rapper, ODB. So, yeah, he has no affiliation with this brewery that I know of. So the head sticks around. Let's give it a smell. Oh. It smells malty. I smell some hops. It smells really good, actually. Yeah, kind of a bit of a. It's not citrusy for sure. It's like a piney, floral, like flowery type hops. But you smell like the toasted malts through the nose of it. So yeah, it's got good aroma for sure. So let's taste it. It's funny, it doesn't give on the website what the calories and carbs and all that stuff is. Because I bet it's still not that low. It's probably hard to make a low calorie, low carb ale. Lagers are probably the way to go because the yeast probably really cleans up all that sugar with that top fermentation. Or no, bottom fermentation. Ales are top fermentation. Like warmer weather. So, these were made in like stainless steel kettles. The old way of doing it, your top fermentation is your oak barrel vats just sitting out in the open, and then lagers where they took them to these cold caves that are like down in the 50s, constantly down, then that type of yeast would thrive in a colder environment, but it would take at least a month. Ales take like a couple weeks at the most. So, and feel free to school me on that if you know any different, but I think that's how that works. It does smell really good. The taste wise, yeah, you get, to me it's like a hoppy stout. So I think this, when you see like black IPAs, any sort of dark IPA, pale ales should be like pale ales. So to me, this is like a light hoppy stout. Not even a stout, like a porter. Yeah, so So would a hoppy porter, because some porters are under 5%, especially over in England. England, over 5%, that's considered, you're getting into a strong ale category. So would a black IPA just be a hoppy porter? Does that make sense? If anybody it knows the differentiation of descriptions and classes of beer, tell me if I'm wrong. So would a session black IPA just be a hoppier porter, but some porters may have been hoppy to begin with? Huh. I'm down with that. I'm alright with that. 4.7, to me, I drink Miller High Life like pretty much on the regular. That's my like go-to, and you know, in between paychecks type of beer, without getting something a little nicer, something to appreciate. So just to float me along through the week after a long day's work, yeah, Miller High Life is around 4.7, and so is like Pabst Blue Ribbon. So this is like the version of that, only in a different transcript, like a ale form. So I normally don't like session IPAs because I'm like, if I'm going to drink an IPA, it's going to be full flavored, which this does have a full flavor. I'm a little caught. I'm a little stuck between this. I actually like this a lot. Man, my friend Jordan, that he's done a video with me before, is supposed to come visit me around 4th of July. He probably would have liked this. So I'm going to keep an eye out for this. I'm going to give this a strong, I don't rate beers, but I'm going to give it a strong rating. A strong recommendation. If I see this again, the Founders, yeah, all night IPA, I'm actually going to look for this. This is kind of cool. This is really good. Okay, good job, Founders. I'm a little excited about this. So that tells me I've found something kind of nice. So the all-day IPA is fine, but it's really, you know, it's kind of weak. Then this is kind of the bridging the gap of a lager person's, you know, but they can't afford IPAs all the time. This is kind of bridges the gap between a, you know, regular lager drinker, not a lager beer, but a lager drinker, and someone who just buys IPAs every so often. This kind of bridges the gap. This is kind of cool. So Founders, if you're listening, which I doubt you are, but if anybody knows anybody from Founders that is watching this, send this video to them. Let them know. You might push this a little farther, a little higher. Give it a little more attention to this, because I think you actually are on to something with this. So if you ever had this beer, obviously if you've ever had any Founders beers, let me know what you think of the company in itself, the session IPA segment. But if you've ever had a black session IPA, which I'm sure there's a few of them out there, but not very normal. Ooh, good carbonation. So the date did not matter. And maybe that should be part of my reviews. I should do like outdated beer reviews, because there are a couple others I can fit into that. Let me know in the comments. And where did I put my remote? There we go. Anyway, thanks for watching this, and I will see you guys later.